Yes, hello, welcome back to another episode of the Rail RoundUp. Let's find out what fun we've been having on the rails. Coming up. Heritage Railway in Helston are raising money for an important viaduct. In-cab signalling was a success for two trains particularly. Poulton Wyre Rail Society give us a great update on a DMU. I refer to the last coalless test train of the year doing its round in the northwest, and King Charles goes to Wales to have a look at the new metro. And it's great news for Ireland as a brand new railway line is set to be opened. And we have photo of the show. We have Where's Phil as special spotters before we finish. But first of all, let's have a little look about what His Majesty was doing visiting South Wales. His Majesty King Charles had officially opened the new South Wales Metro depot in Taff, Wales. It'll be the home to South Wales's Metro, the £100 million depot, providing over 400 jobs, and is where a fleet of 36 brand new tram trains will be stabled and maintained. The opening of the depot and introduction of the first tram trains next year will continue the transformation of transport across South Wales. Transport for Wales is delivering the South Wales Metro, one of Wales's biggest infrastructure projects. This includes electrifying over 170 kilometres of railway, allowing for the induction of electric trains on the South Wales Valley lines for the very first time last year. The 5-hectare site, which comprises of a brand new train depot, stabling site for the 36 tram trains and the integrated control centre, is now fully completed and open. Recently dubbed the Welsh Tube, the project connects some of Europe's most deprived communities to each other, to Cardiff and beyond, and aims to improve access to employment, leisure and health centres, boosting economic potential for the South Wales valleys. King Charles met with staff at the depot and took a journey in the driver's cab on one of the new tram trains, with children from 3 local schools and community representatives that were invited to join in these great celebrations. Rail passengers are being appreciated for their understanding as further advancements in the digital signalling upgrade on the East Coast Main Line took place. Between the 22nd and 23rd November, journeys south of Peterborough were impacted by testing of the new digital in-cab signalling. Part of a £1.4 billion East Coast digital programme, this initiative aims to replace the traditional line-side signals with continuous in-cab information through the European Train Control System. They promise this will cause more reliability and better travel times for the passengers in the future. It was the first time that 2 trains operated simultaneously with the new system on an intercity main line in the UK, involving Great Northern Class 717 units and the Grand Central Class 180 unit. Additionally, updates were made to various components of the system, and work is being done on the trackside to help progress the system forward. Eventually one day this will become nationwide. The Orange Army can't keep their hands off our rails, and for a very good reason. Why? Because they've got to test it regularly to make sure it's safe for passengers. Of course they do. And we've had a plethora of different locos hauling test trains across the network over many years, from Class 37s to the Minions to even Sprinters, and we've got HSTs doing it as well. But it is the last HST doing its rounds in the northwest this month before it goes back next year. The last known coalless rail HST test train used power cars 257 and 274 on the route from Derby RTC to Reading Triangle sidings on October the 21st, 2025. Other recent test trains have also been noted with different power cars and routes such as 014, 062 in early October, and 357 and 272 in July.
257 is the loco that's going to take the unit out a bit later on this afternoon.
Previous test trains in early October, power cars 014 and 062 operated on the 1 Quebec 23 route from Stockport to Northampton. Another recent test train, a different set of power cars altogether, 357 and 272, worked a test train from Landor Street Junction to Bristol Kingsley Road in July. and it's very possible that the Fylde Coast will be seeing the last HST test train from Colas running on Friday the 28th, with 251 and 272 doing the last run from Blackpool North this year. I always keep a close eye on what the Heritage Railways are doing locally in my area, and of course one of them is the PWRS, the Poulton Wyre Rail Society, who've been tenderly looking after their DMU. A group of dedicated restorers were very pleased to share photographs demonstrating their progress that they'd made restoring their Class 108 diesel multiple unit. It arrived at Thornton in Lancashire in March 2020, and by the same year in October the paintwork had been rubbed down to reveal traces of the yellow whiskers applied back in the 60s. Over the years the metalwork has been primed, received 2 coats of green undercoat and single coat gloss green, and a second coat of gloss green will be applied during 2025, and they intend to reapply the yellow whiskers. The roof's been painted grey and all the fittings have been removed from the buffer beam, and these have been overhauled and repainted ready for fitting, along with the windows, electric circuits, the headlights, destination box and a whole plethora of different things. The trailer car is looking very, very special indeed. The previous owner had removed the corridor connector from the power car to allow the welding in of a new steel work to replace the corroded steel and then to repaint the carriage. They removed the 2 lower brackets on which the corridor connector was attached. Fortunately, they were able to get a hold of the dismantled corridor connection parts and brought up to Thornton. Now, many years have passed and it's taken time to refurbish the corridor connectors on both carriages. So what's next for this fantastic, beautiful train? Well, the corridor connectors cannot be refitted to the carriages until the exterior painting of the DMU is completely complete, hopefully sometime in 2026. In addition, they say they need to carry out repairs to the bellow sides of the corridor connections. If you want to follow this journey of this beautiful 108 here in Thornton of Lancashire, then check the link in the description area down below. Yes, it's great news for County Mayo to Galway by rail. The Western Corridor is being redeveloped with funding that was confirmed from Athenry to Claremorris section. The project will reopen the line, providing a new passenger service between Mayo and Galway with potential onward connections and dedicated rail freight line.
This phase 1 of this development will reopen the line from Athenry to Claremorris. This is incredible news for County Mayo and the whole western seaboard. It will connect Westport, Castlebar onto Manola Junction, Ballina, and Foxford onto Manola Junction, here to Claremorris and onwards to Tuam, and also obviously to Dublin as currently exists.
There are many parts of that railway line that are still in place, albeit very overgrown. Whilst looking on Google Maps, you can see sections of track that have got a lot of vegetation. There are still some railway buildings available there at Torm, if I've pronounced that correct. I do apologise to my Irish cousins. And Milltown railway station as well. I'm not too sure if Milltown will be reopened, but I think Torm should be reopened. An old photography of 1975 when the railway line, I think that's when the railway line was actually around that time shut down, with a diesel going past a signal box and a semaphore. And what is interesting, there are many parts of the railway line that have the old features, even parts of the line from Claremorris that have water towers still available.
This will connect County Mayo all the way down to Cork. It's something that I fought for all of my political career through Mayo County Council and as a member of the Joint Oireachtas Committee for Transport. This is a great day for County Mayo and for the west of Ireland, and please God we see a phase 2 onwards to Sligo in the near future. But this is a great day for County Mayo. I'd like to thank all of my party colleagues who have fought with me to support this project.
The line between Rosslare, Europort and Waterford, or the Wexford line area, as far as I'm aware, is closed. It would be great, wouldn't it, to get that one reopened, which means from Rosslare, Europort, you can have a direct railway line through Waterford, Limerick, Ennis, past Galway, onto that new section of the Western line through Claremorris, all the way to Sligo. Yes, well done, Henry, for photo of the show. Thank you to David to let us know about the test train details as well. If you've got any information or you want to share a story with the Rail Roundup, by all means, get in contact by emailing us. Link in the description area down below. Yes, whether you're on this train, off this train, it's worth checking out Rail Advent for the latest details, where a pair of 47s are going to be hauling this beautiful train through South Lakes along the West Coast Main Line. Operated by the Locomotive Services Group, and the tour promoter is the Statesman. This tour boards at Ulverston, Great Yarmouth Sounds, Arnstide, Carnforth, Lancaster, Preston, Wigan North Western, Warrington Bank Quay, Crewe and Stafford on its way to Bath Spa. Leaving Ulverston at an early time of 5:38 and expected to arrive at Bath somewhere around the time of about 12 o'clock. Ready for lunch. You have a few hours in Bath. It leaves at 5 to 4, makes itself along the return journey and arrives at Ulverston 22:31. Prime spots to spot this, of course, if you check real-time trains, link in the description area down below or via Rail Advent website, are of course at Carnforth, Lancaster, Preston, Wigan North Western, Warrington Bank Quay, Crewe, Stafford, Nuneaton and all stations to Bath. Of course, if you get any content of this fantastic express service, then make sure you share it with us on our Facebook page of your railway community. And of course, special spotter wise, I might get myself to Preston to watch this one leaving, going to Bath, see how I'm getting on, or I might just end up somewhere line side to get it charging through. An absolute glorious pair of 47s, not to be missed. Of course, there we go, all done and dusted for another episode of the Rail Roundup. I hope you are all keeping warm and well. And of course, you can find me on other channels as well, like the Weather Channel and of course the Exploration one as well. Check out my new website, and there's some merch available for you to buy t-shirts and apparel. Maybe a good idea for Christmas. Who knows? Nodrog.uk is where you need to head to. Until then, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, ta-ra.